change. I'm gonna do host if I may. I'm thinking that you chose the best thing if you like them good shows and all of these movies. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chat Chat.
What up, Chipper Chaps? This is a Chipper Chap Chat episode 61.
61.
61. Can you believe it?
Mm-hmm. We've gone pretty good. We're a bit late, but...
It's basically episode 60 because we officially have a lost episode, guys.
No, we don't have an official one.
We do, because it was gone for a significant amount of time.
So annoying, dude.
So
annoying.
So YouTube basically took one of our videos down. I don't know what. Somebody flagged it.
Yeah, as you were saying, she said somebody flagged it for, like, we broke one of the rules?
Broke some rule, but we hadn't. And so we appealed it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, so I guess we looked at the video and you didn't violate any rules. So
it's back up
here's
now.
your video back now suddenly.
But
yeah, we don't know why it happened.
It was like a week after, though. So
yeah.
For a whole week, it wasn't up. And
yeah, so because of that, people might not have known, or there might not have been in their inbox. But we'll put a link to it in this video as well. It's got only like 90 views or something, so
which is not like it's very
not,
low. We didn't get a lot of views generally, but
but it's like
more than that at least.
Whereas I don't think a lot of people got to see it, so hopefully that news is not super outdated now. But there's a list at the end of movies. You don't want to miss that list. It's dramas, I think.
I forget what it was.
There's sci-fi? I think maybe it's sci-fi.
I don't know anymore.
Either way, let's get into this news on 61, the almost basically 60th episode.
It's 61 still.
First trailer for Marvel / Netflix's Iron Fist has been released. It was released at New York Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
I'm excited, dude. They showed what his glowing fists look like, and to me, that's wicked.
Yeah, it looks dope.
It looked cool. Honestly, my thing that I don't love, but I'm fine with, is his chest tattoo.
Right.
It's not terrible. It looks like what the book looks like, but I was almost thinking, all right, they might adapt it to a point where it looks a little more realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't just look like it was just tattooed on his chest. It looks more, I was assuming it would look more ornate or something. Just something more designy.
That's almost verbatim what I said to you when I told you about the trailer.
But it's true.
It is true. His tattoo is the only weak spot. It's just very filled in, solid black.
Like if it was just if it was a dragon tattoo,
right?
To form the shape, but it had like a pattern of some kind, or
on the inside, yeah,
like a texture, even something, something to make it look a little more, give it a bit of a push. Because right now it's just kind of a flat black. It's
it looks like you could have done it with a Sharpie or something. It just doesn't look very impressive.
They show a scene where he's sticking his tongue out, and he's just like, right. Yep, this is right. This is right.
In a mirror or something.
Yeah, exactly. Draw it in reverse. It's like, damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. The tattoo is the only part where I'm like, I mean, especially with how good the effect on his hands look.
Right, the hands look so cool.
Right, so the effects department, great job. Yeah. Makeup department, you could do better.
It's like, what happened? But then again, I can't really blame the makeup job. I'm sure the makeup looks great. It's just that whoever approved the design, I don't know. I would have thought that they would have pushed a little further than that.
Sometimes it doesn't need to be completely faithful,
Yeah. But with that, though, we don't exactly know what his costume's going to look like and whether or not he's going to have a bare chest visible in the costume.
At this point, I don't think he changes his hair / beard.
Okay, so he's going to be full bearded. He's going to be bearded with his curly hair.
I'm only assuming now because thus far the actor has not removed it.
Right. So you're assuming, okay, that's just how he's gonna look.
But they're not done filming Iron Fist.
Have they not?
They're not done filming it, and he only has a 3-week break before he goes right into the Defenders.
Oh
So
snap!
if they're gonna change it, it happens at the very end when he gets his
Yep.
costume, because
Ah,
that
dude.
seems to be how it
And then
works.
it's a jump off to Defenders.
Right.
Nice,
Because
nice.
Defenders, I think, because it's like Iron Fist is at the beginning of the year next year, and then Defenders is at the end of the year. And then
Sweet.
Punisher, the beginning of the next year, and
Sweet.
Daredevil season 3 after that, I assume.
Oh, the excite.
Yeah, but Punisher looks good. Colleen Wing looks good. If you've seen Luke Cage, there's kind of an Easter egg towards that character, so
Yep.
it's kind of leading right in.
Easter egg spoiler.
But yeah, I assume
Um,
at this point, if you're gonna watch Luke Cage, you've probably done it.
yeah. I mean, there's been enough time at this point. So
We're still gonna put out a video for that, but
yeah, we do. We need to record that still. Just even our thoughts in general.
first trailer for Ninjak versus the Valiant universe was released, which is a web series based on Valiant Comics characters.
Mm-hmm. It looks. I mean, as you just said before, it's like if you just said that it was the guys, the production batting the sun, just making an original, you'd be like, that's cool.
Right, just based on what they shown, it looks
Yeah.
cool enough to give it a watch. I watched their
Right.
other videos. Why wouldn't I watch
Exactly.
these? I'm
Right.
curious how long each episode and stuff is going
Yeah.
to be. If it's
Yeah,
like
I
a
know.
full 22, or what's the plan?
Because if it's whole 22, that's really, that's ambitious as.
Right, and I've only seen very limited versions of what their characters' dialogue with each other would be,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because they're usually just bantering while whooping each other's ass, and I
Yeah,
don't know
and
how
like
much
that's
of
not
it's
really
going
a
to be that.
yeah, that's not really dialogue when you think about
Right,
it.
but those are made with a different kind of intent. They have to show a lot about the characters' histories in a very short amount of time, so they just make a lot of
Absolutely,
references until they're
absolutely.
dead.
I'm assuming also Ninjak is the main character, considering he's the
The
name.
title character, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious what it's going to be about, how long it's going to go for, and how long each episode is going to be.
Yeah, especially because I had heard nothing about this other than the Valiant Comics people signed a deal with Sony
Right.
to make an expanded universe of movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I would guess I would consider all of these kind of pitches for each of the
Yeah.
characters, which is why he's fighting the universe, so that
Right,
they
right.
can show you each of these characters they have in
Mm-hmm.
their expanded universe.
Yep.
But the fact that they got the Green Ranger to play one of the mains, I'm like, I'll check it out, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. At first, honestly, I didn't recognize it was him. I was like, that guy looks familiar. And then the second time he appeared, I was like, oh snap!
Right.
That's even cooler. Automatically, he's a cooler character because of it.
Right.
So yeah, that would look promising. And I don't know, like again, because it's gonna be on if it's like on YouTube or something. Of course, I want to check it out.
Right. Yeah, I think it's worth checking out at very
Yeah.
least.
I don't see why you wouldn't. Like even the
got-
first 2 episodes.
It's got Exo Man of War. I
Did
played
they
a
show him
video
in the
game.
trailer?
Only for a second. There's a shot of like an island or something on the water, and he flies out of the like a castle or something, and just
Okay,
flies
that
by the
was him,
screen very
okay.
quickly.
Right,
But all
right.
you can see is like a blurry human shape with
Yeah,
the Exo
yeah.
Man of War colors.
I'm curious how he's gonna even look. If he's gonna look ridiculous.
The character kind of looks ridiculous anyway.
He does. That's the problem. So like, if he stay faithful, it's like he's just a ridiculous looking character.
Yeah, I assume it'll probably be more similar to like the Atom on Legends.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
who knows?
that's fine.
Who knows
That's
what?
fine.
I mean, the Ninjak suit they did is fairly accurate to the comics.
And looks really cool, actually.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I mean, his head looks a little big, but I think that's because of the actor they picked.
Right, right. I mean, and plus the way it's drawn, they
Right.
draw heads way smaller than they should be anyway, so...
Right.
it's not really in scale, so whenever something goes to scale, like, that looks weird, it's like, no, that's actually how it should be, it's just that it was drawn, with
I
the
just
comic
think
book
that
sensibility.
his Mortal Kombat mouthpiece thing,
It's too big.
it makes his head look large.
Yes, exactly.
It
Bloodshot,
looks
is that
fine
his
in
name?
motion. Yeah, Bloodshot is the
He
one.
looks
that's
cool.
played by
He looks
Green
he
Ranger.
looks almost verbatim to the books.
Yeah, with Green Ranger head on it, like somebody
Yeah,
made a creative character with his
They-
skin on the front of it.
They use a template. They use
Yeah.
a Green Ranger's template. They just painted his face silver.
There you go.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
But yeah, he looks cool. He's playing like a Wolverine / Punisher type character, so
Yeah. I'm good.
seems fine.
Good. Well, yeah, I'll check
Next
it out
up,
when it's on.
Sigourney Weaver has been cast as the villain of the Defenders series, the Marvel.
That's cool because like she's great.
She's great, and
I
it's a
have
big
no
name,
idea. It is. I have no idea who she's gonna be though.
right? But I just feel like they're casting it like they're casting a movie at this point.
Because they should. You know, they're treating this like it's a thing, like it should be legitimate.
I like that. I just want to know who the hell she's gonna be.
Right. She's
If
MODOK.
she's a girl version of Mephisto, I think that's awesome.
She's MODOK, dude.
That would be terrifying. I think Patton Oswalt's already got a lock on MODOK. Or
He has to be.
or not Patton Oswalt even, but Peter Dinklage I think said he wanted to be him too.
I'd take either.
Yeah, either one I'm fine with. Although I
Yeah.
think Patton Oswalt would automatically be funnier,
Yes.
but I don't know if that's how they want to go.
Right.
But, right. If MODOK showing up in like the Guardians universe, I would buy.
Oh yeah. But if it was like in a more serious film, it's got to be Dinkles.
Right, I think Dinkles would make it.
Dude, he needs to appear in Guardians.
MODOK?
Yeah.
It'd be so weird.
Just because I think Guardians is great. It's like because you can put
Plus a
whoever in
living
there.
planet, so.
Dude, yeah, come on. I'm so. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, we're digressing.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, awesome.
Yeah.
Hope she's
Wicked.
somebody
Wicked.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Punisher series officially started production last Monday. I guess this was a couple Mondays ago at this point.
Yeah.
And Karen Page character is officially part of the cast of season 1 of the Punisher series.
Mm-hmm. As a main cast, right?
As a regular.
That's cool, man. That means this is like, it's like I forget at times that the whole Netflix Marvel, it's a crossover series.
Right, which is why you can get like Rosario Dawson on every season.
Right.
And everything.
But like I tend to forget it until I'm like, oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
This is happening all at once.
It's their version of the CW universe.
But my favorite version of it.
But much more serious and much more amazing.
Mind you, all right, but that's the end of TV talk. But like, did you watch any of the? How up to date are you with the CW shows? Let's just brief. Like, it's not listed in the actual show notes, but let's talk about what your thoughts are regarding the CW shows currently.
The first episode of Supergirl. I don't know if I got all the way through it or not.
Okay.
Can't remember. I might have fallen asleep.
Right.
But I did start it and get at least halfway through.
Okay. Did you like it?
I thought it was fine. Superman was fine.
Yeah. I like this more than the previous Supergirl shows that I'd watched.
Yes. I think the CW version of it, to me, it seems cool. I like that they got rid of the Jimmy Olsen love triangle shit right away.
Really quickly, too.
And spoiler.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Also, speaking of that, Jimmy Olsen was recently announced as the Guardian character.
Yeah, which is
in Supergirl, and they showed his outfit.
Sure, why not?
So, yay for that dude. He's a giant dude. He's taller than Superman, so why not make him a superhero?
Yep.
But yeah, I thought the episode was fine. Nothing bothered me. Superman seemed fine. I liked that they made him the save a group of people and then wink at him Superman. We haven't had that in a while.
I know, and honestly, it was weird because I'm like, visually, he's not what I imagine as Superman. Honestly, if that was Cavill playing that role, it makes more sense.
Fuck, if they could get him to show up for the show, would be so dope.
Yeah, like can you imagine? Like, it's technically that character. That is a Superman character to me.
And I'm saying, Tyler Hoechlin's not bad in the role.
No, he's not terrible. Actually, I think he actually did a good job.
Yeah, he does a fine job.
Mm-hmm.
He's so specific looking.
Yes.
That there is no possible way that people see him as Clark Kent and as Superman and don't know it's him.
Exactly.
Because he's too specific looking.
Yes.
He's basically, he looks like an alien, so in that way it makes sense.
But like the character, I thought we haven't gotten that Superman. That version
right,
of Superman.
but again, I don't think that's an actor thing. I think
no, of course not. It's the way it's written.
And if they said if they said, but that's what I'm saying. Like if they had Henry Cavill show up on the show and do
Yes.
exactly the same script that
Oh,
they did, it would visually you'd go, whoa, fucking
wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with all the like Perry White stuff, because we don't get
Yep.
any of that. Like you don't get any of that levity
Nope.
in the Superman movies. It's all
Nope.
so stark, so far, so far.
Yep.
We'll
That's
see
so
what
far.
they
So far. That's exactly
this
it.
reborn Superman,
Right.
because this is their one opportunity to get it right. You know, so I hope they do get it right.
Did you watch Legends?
I did watch Legends. Are we just fully discussing all these?
Sure. At this point,
Okay, so
just
I guess
briefly,
we'll
even
put a
like we don't have to get
timestamp
fully
or
into it.
something.
Yeah, yeah. We don't have to fully get into it. We just your thoughts
Uh,
on
I
the
think
return.
all of it was fine,
Yep.
except for I think there was one too many. I think there was all too many like needs in the script for White Canary to be humping all the villagers
Yeah.
and
What is that? Was she always like
townspeople.
this?
They've established before that she is gay,
I
but
get
not
that,
so
but
much that she is like a succubus wherever they
that,
wherever they go.
yeah. Like, was she always hypersexual?
I don't know. Like they had a storyline I remember where she's like she turns a straight nurse gay in one of the.
That's fine. That was fine. That was more subtle than anything.
It was weird to me even then, but I got what they were going for, and because it was a longer storyline of her going through a whole thing with the girl that they had established a relationship or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't bother me.
No.
But in this new one, she's just like in every scene she's in, she's like helping the different people
Yeah.
at different times or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She's like having sex with the queen, and it's not even like she is seducing them all.
Yeah. They just all into her.
They're just all way the fuck into her. Like she
Yeah.
gives off a like,
Like a
please do me
pheromone.
if
Yep.
you're a lady
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was bizarre, but I thought some of the stuff they did with Firestorm was cool. It definitely looks like they are still, trying to throw budget at it.
Mm-hmm. Which is nice. It's nice.
Yeah, which is cool. I don't know. I don't know about how I feel about the new characters. It was interesting that they involved Oliver.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I so far so good. Just don't fuck it up.
Yeah. How about Flash? You catch Flash?
I caught Has there been 2 episodes of Flash or just 1?
I think 2 already.
I think maybe I've only seen the first one.
Okay. How about Arrow?
Oh no, I did see both Flashes.
Okay.
I saw the latest one is the one with Malfoy in it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I saw that.
Malfoy. He's forever Malfoy.
I don't know what the fuck his actual name
It's
is.
Malfoy, dude.
Yeah, it's Malfoy to me.
Yeah.
He basically looks exactly like they look like they glued a beard on Malfoy.
It's
He looks
weird.
exactly the same. And how is he not the villain?
Yeah, he's gotta be. He's
In
gonna
any-
be. You
like,
watch.
how is he not?
He's
How is
gonna
he
be.
not? It just doesn't make any sense. If he's
He's
not
gonna
Doctor
be.
Alchemy, I'll be fucking shocked.
uh,
It could be
villains.
a misdirection thing, but the fact that he showed up, he's notoriously played villains on previous things he's known for.
Mm-hmm.
Right at the same time as they got a new villain.
Yeah,
Like,
it's too convenient.
come on, man.
Uh,
But yeah, it was fine. Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. I haven't really been impressed with the Flash this season.
How about Arrow?
Arrow, actually, I'm digging so far.
Yeah, same here, which is weird. It's like they shuffled back again.
Right, Arrow, I'm digging so
The
far.
flashbacks don't annoy me as much.
They seem relevant and not in an annoying way.
Yeah,
And
which is bizarre.
He's making it relevant because
Yes, exactly.
he's thinking about that time,
Right.
rather
it's not
than
like-
something story-wise
Mhm.
is happening in the exact same chronological
Exactly,
order.
exactly.
He's
And I
going,
think-
I'm training some people. I'm thinking about a thing that helped or something that trained me,
Yeah. And to me, I was like, that's how a flashback should have been.
Right. Much more relevant. And it's like finally paying off they set up in like the second episode of the entire series.
Mm.
So, yay for finally doing the Russian gangster storyline. I guess,
Took them long enough.
Yeah, and the members so far don't annoy me of the team.
No, which
That
is
he's
good.
putting
I don't
together.
want him to.
I'm most curious about Mr. Terrific, what his look is going to be, if they're actually going to
Right.
put the face paint and shit on him.
Right.
Um,
Right.
And I guess the Casey Jones guy is fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's been fine in other stuff that he's been in. It's just weird seeing him in this role.
Right. And it's weird for me because they're like, you were just Casey Jones.
Yeah.
And you're mocking this dude for wearing a hockey mask.
Yeah.
It was the same.
You were just Casey Jones, and this guy is more Casey Jones than what you were.
Right.
Is that weird to me?
Yeah, that is weird to me. It's weird to me.
Yeah, so I don't know, dude.
But, whatever. Next episode's the one with Stardust in it.
Cool. I don't know what he's supposed to be.
He's a character with super strength,
Alright.
I believe called Goliath.
Okay. Is he a comic character, or did they just make it up?
I don't know if he's made up or not, but I know they changed his origin, and his origin is made up.
Of course.
Because his origin is that he overdosed on some sort of drug or something
Yeah.
happened to him while he was taking a certain drug, and that drug happens to be called Stardust.
Nice. That's silly.
So cool, I guess. He gets to beat up
Cool.
on Oliver on his show now. And I guess I'm more excited for that than anything else from the CW stuff next week.
Weird. That's weird.
Cause Stardust, man. Cause Stardust.
Yeah, no. I'm keen for that. That's cool. We'll see what happens there.
What else is there of the CW stuff?
I think that's it for CW. Other television is like Shield.
I liked Shield this week.
I did too.
I have consistently liked everything from Shield so far.
Likewise.
So
That's it. That's my
keep
thumbs
that
up.
going.
Mhm.
Keep that going.
Yep.
What else we got?
That's all for TV.
All right, get on to the movie stuffs.
Yep. So we've been like bombarded with just a slew of trailers.
Yeah, New York Comic Con, man.
Yeah, they really went out with the trailers and stuff. The first one was the first trailer for John Wick Chapter 2.
I loved
What
it.
did you I did too. I love the
I
first
can't
movie.
even say a whole lot about it. Just
No.
it looks like more John Wick,
Yeah.
and
Keanu Reeves is
I
gangsta.
love that. It looks great. And immaculate beard, sir. Respect.
Yeah. And it's basically a Matrix reunion.
Yeah, we get fucking Morpheus back.
Yep. So that's legit. I'm keen for that.
Yeah,
I
man.
love the first one. The second one, if it's anywhere near as good as the first one, then I'm gonna enjoy it as much as well.
And those guys' action looks like it's still on point.
Yep.
They did a great job in Civil War, so I can't wait to see what else they do for the rest of until they fuck it up. Next
Yep.
thing, Underworld Blood Wars trailer.
Yeah, or
This is
Edgelord.
Edgelord's the movie.
The sequel.
The
It's
sequel, it's the number
It's the
5.
sequel. Yeah,
um,
I love that.
it looks cool. I mean, it looks like a
does.
video
It
game.
looks-
It looks like
it
a
does.
comic book.
It looks like complete cheese, but I want it.
Yeah, but I want to check it out. Plus,
Yeah,
Beckinsale might really be a vampire at this point.
because she looks really good.
Yeah, she's still fucking smoking in that.
And
cat
whatever
suit.
that hair that she gets.
How was she not Catwoman when they did the Nolan one?
Dude, how is she not Catwoman now still?
She could be. She
Dude,
totally
that makes
fucking
way more
could
sense
be.
now. Because she's of the age, like, because if Batman's
For
supposed to be this older
Affleck,
dude,
she
yeah,
totally could
dude.
be.
Ooh, and a British one too? Come on.
Let's let that happen.
Do this.
Beckinsale for Catwoman.
Hashtag
Yeah.
that shit.
Hashtag it now. Oh, man.
I buy this shit 7 times.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But that trailer, though, that Underworld trailer, looks ridiculous. It
Yeah.
looks like...
She's got,
Just-
like,
it's-
the silver ombre. Looks cool.
Love it. She looks dope as that. But
They brought
that-
back one other character from the very first Underworld.
Yeah, that's good.
One of the
Keep bringing 'em
elders.
back. Keep bringing them back. And, hopefully they'll surprise us with some shit in this, too.
It's
I'd
got
like to be surprised.
it's got the dude from Golden Child / Last Action Hero / Game of Thrones.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
He's great.
Yeah, he's...
So, what's that dude's name?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think he was Tywin Lannister.
Yeah, Numsi.
No, Big Brother Doomsday.
Sweet brother Numsy. That
Yeah.
guy is
Anyway, that
great.
looks cool.
Yeah, that
New
trailer looks cool.
Underworld, new Underworld movie, and then followed up immediately. Even in the Comic-Con panels, they shared a panel together. Actually, Resident
Really?
Evil: The Final Chapter.
When you think about it, that makes complete sense.
Right. It's I think going after a similar demographic. It's like
Yeah.
strong female action
Mm-hmm.
hero video gamey
Mm-hmm.
thing versus monsters.
Crazy action, like
But
ridiculous to the point where
somehow
there's what's up?
Underworld looks infinitely more interesting to me than the Resident Evil
It
one.
does. It does. And also, what's weird is like, you say Underworld kept the monochrome tone, the grayish.
Right.
This one has like a sand
Right.
brownie tone instead.
Which they've had for the last couple of them,
Mm.
filled with, mixed with the super techie versus post-apocalyptic thing.
I
That's
think
that's been their formula for the last few.
I think with the difference between the Underworld and the Resident Evil things is that Underworld's really kept in tune with the whole it's about vampires and lichens,
Right. And the
whereas
other ones
Resident Evil,
evolved quite a bit.
yeah, it started off as a zombie plague spreading, and now there's like a giant insect dragon.
With a human face or whatever.
Yeah, like
So,
probably like a baby face or something.
they show it in the trailer. I can't remember what it looks like
It's
now, but it's
weird.
a humanoid face shape.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't seem right. Like, how is that a zombie?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it started out as a regular guy and it turned into
Or did
that.
like a bunch of zombies start eating each other and they turned into some giant? Because
Wow.
I get like the zombie dogs that was in the previous films.
Right. The zombie
But
dogs are always
just a
terrifying.
dragon though.
I think if there's zombie dogs, we're all fucked.
Oh yes,
We're just done at that point.
because like then there'd be zombie wolves.
Right. If there's just zombie animals instead of just
Yeah.
humans, we're
Oh
all
no,
just
no,
we're
no,
over
no.
with.
No, because they wouldn't even care anymore for their lives. It's like, oh, the risk, oh, we're going to shoot them and they're going to die. No, they're not going to die.
Yeah, think of what Planet of the Apes movies are like, but
Yes.
now they're all
Now they're all
cannibals.
zombies. Yeah. Now they're all zombies and will eat you. Even those
Yeah,
things that
it's
never
terrifying.
the things that would never eat you before, they're going to eat you now.
World would
Like a
end in days.
like a zombie giraffe?
That's a terrifying concept.
Zombie elephants. No.
I don't want to.
No,
don't
thank
wanna-
you.
Don't want to.
No good.
Next
But that trailer
up,
looks ridiculous though.
Rogue One trailer. There's a new
Yes.
one. It's got a
Mhm.
whole bunch more Darth Vader-y
Mhm.
things.
It's darker. It feels more real.
Much more dark and gritty.
Grounded
much
though.
more
It feels grounded.
I said you said it was less fantastical, which I definitely agree with.
Yeah. And I like that though, because like you can still see that there's elements,
Right.
but that's not the focus.
Which is fine.
Yes, absolutely.
But they got Donnie Yen in it. That'll get me in it by
Mhm.
itself. And Alan Tudyk I like as well.
Yeah, those two together, those two should star in like a buddy cop or something. A buddy
Wow.
film.
I would watch that in the theater.
A
Guaranteed,
buddy film.
guaranteed it.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, man.
Buddy in a film.
Oh, I would watch it.
It's
In a
the new
heartbeat.
Jackie Chan.
Right.
Whoever
It's
who
like
he
the
is,
Rush Hour
combo.
type deal. It's true. Well, let's
That's his
get
new
into
combo.
the coup de grace, this mother bitch.
Yeah, let's get to the final, the best thing that we were talking.
The
and looking at.
final countdown.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers trailer, man. We've got what we've been asking for.
For months.
To some degree, we've got what we've been asking
Yes.
for quite a while. Now is the moment. What are your thoughts?
I'm fucking pumped, dude.
Oh, definitely. Definitely pumped.
I'm pumped.
But more
I'm
specifically,
I'm curious
like,
still.
so the world that they're building here, it seems as though the Power Rangers are more like misguided youth
Mm-hmm.
than the previous version of the Power Rangers that this is based on, where all of them were basically like model students and
Yep.
teenagers.
Yep.
But in the opening, they always said, "I need 5 teenagers with attitude" or whatever. So it
Now they
seems
did got
more
it.
like they got it more right this time, if that's
Yep.
the premise.
Yep.
But like Jason's got an ankle bracelet on, and apparently got into some kind of car accident. I'm guessing because his truck is all fucked up. What I'm assuming happened is he was drinking underage, and flipped his
Ooh.
truck.
Yeah.
and now is on house arrest or something.
So he's got to stick in like detention or some shit.
Right.
And
And
all
it
the other
seems like
girls are
they've got like
rebels.
a Breakfast Club meets Chronicle kind of vibe,
Yep.
which
And I'm
I'm
good with
fine
that.
with.
Yeah,
Which I'm
I'm
fine with.
fucking good with that. You mix anything with Breakfast Club, I'll be
It's one of my
interested.
favorite movies of all
Yeah,
time, so
I
I'm
will
not
be
gonna be stressed
interested.
out about it.
Mm-hmm. No.
Um, you know, the fact that it found all kids that basically look like models already,
Yeah.
and that it makes them more modelly,
Yeah.
because they have the whole Spider-Man sequence where he looks in the mirror and his abs are all crunchy now.
Yeah. He probably had this crunchy abs before though.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm positive.
Yeah, yeah. But
I mean,
now they're
they might have
even
done
more
some
so and
training.
highlighted. Yeah, yeah. Now
They
they're
might
just
have done some
highlighted.
training, but yeah, airbrush them shits in, fucking
Mm-hmm.
Sparta style. But so they show some stuff of them going in like what looks to be like an underwater base, which is the new power center or whatever
Yep.
it was called. Um, I just can't. The thing is, it's a teaser trailer, and it's a great
Yes.
teaser because
Oh, because
they
it
show us the
teases.
power coins and
Yep.
Rita, and that's pretty much it
Yep.
as
And
far as the
that
things that we would be
the way they
wanting to
ended
see.
as well. They tease us the costume.
Yeah, they okay. So at the end of the trailer, they all the Power Rangers are gathered around like a glowing ball,
Hmm.
what looks like a universe almost,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like spinning around. And what I'm guessing is them standing in the new version of the Power Center or whatever the fuck.
Yep. Yep.
But because of the layout of it, I imagine that is also where they see Zordon. I just hope that that ball thing that they're looking at is not Zordon.
What if it is?
I just hope it's not. I don't want him to be like a sphere thing that kind of pulses as he talks or something like that.
So
Which
you want Cranston's face floating there?
I think like not even his face, but like a CG creature head, not something that
Right.
looks
Right.
human.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I
Why
would be
did he
fine.
have to look humanoid in the original?
Because it was a cheap effect where they could get a guy to talk in front of a thing and then fuck his face all up, and it didn't matter. I think it was because they also didn't. They wanted it to be like Wizard of Oz, kind of.
Oh, by saying that though,
Yeah,
maybe the vision of Zordon that they see, and he actually is just a regular guy, and that's Cranston himself.
I doubt it. I don't think they're gonna change it that much. I think he'll be some sort of fucking alien thing. I think.
you said
I
you said
think.
Alpha's gonna be here as well, right?
Yeah, Alpha's supposed to be in it as well, played by Bill Hader.
That's fucking cool.
So I imagine he's going to be some sort of
Voiced by him
CGI
or acted
robot.
by him?
I don't
Ah,
know.
okay, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
guessing it's just a CGI thing
Right, right.
that he's voicing. Rita, I think is the Green Ranger,
Or at least linked to.
or I think has the power of the Green Ranger. She says she's killed Rangers before. I think the green one might have been one she's killed,
Oh shit.
or something along those lines. I feel like they've been hinting at it with her design the whole time, because
Hmm.
if you look at her costume, if you look at them just as the chunks of armor and undersuit, it is
Yeah.
very similar to what the Power Ranger stuff
Yep,
is.
yep.
It's just more jaggy, and she doesn't have a helmet.
Mhm.
Uh, and in Rita, she's kind of iconically had those cone things on the side of her head. I understand automatically getting rid of those because they look kind of silly, but I think specifically what they chose to replace it with might be another hint, because now she is just a brunette with a ponytail, which was kind of what Tommy's design was.
Right. You're like looking deep into it.
But I'm saying,
Yeah, from visual aspect, it makes sense.
from the visuals,
Mhm.
that
There's
seems
visual
to be
keys. Yep.
what adds up to me.
Yep. Yep. You
And
know what though?
I love the way the suits get on them, man, because
I
at the
do.
end of there, when they're standing around the sphere, you kind of see them like the suits forming over the top of them,
Mm-hmm.
which to me I was saying looks like it's like they burned it off of them, but then played
Like
it
a
in
like a
reverse.
reverse burn.
Yeah.
A reverse burn. I haven't like in terms of the release of
Yeah.
the teaser. I feel that they should have released this teaser sooner.
I feel like this
there's
teaser
already
should have
posters.
been before the suits came, before they
Yeah,
revealed
exactly.
the suits.
Because you're not gonna show like you've already shown. There's already posters out there of each individual suits.
But who knows why they waited? Maybe the effects are taking way longer or something, or they're having to
because the
go back
effects
and
did look
change them.
good.
They did look good, but there's very limited amounts.
There's
We
very
don't
little
even
to
see
go
them
with.
fully in the
Right.
suits.
And
You
this
don't
is
see
like
a Zord.
Yeah, exactly, and that's my thing as well. Like, this is a legitimate teaser, and as a teaser, it works awesomely.
It works
to me.
perfect because it made me
Yes.
want to see more.
Exactly. But now, there's still the concern for me, where when you have the Zords fighting whatever giant creature they're going to fight, you said it in my head, where it has to be of the same quality as Pacific Rim, or better.
Pacific Rim got a lot more money, though, dude.
I get it, but they also had a lot more scenes of that. Now, here, you can balance it out by not having a lot of scenes of them in the Zord. That could be literally the final battle.
Yeah, save that for the last,
Absolutely,
very
like, that is
last
the
thing,
last
and spend
resort.
all the money on that.
Yes. Now, to me, that makes more sense because every episode's worked that way too.
Yeah, it's true.
So if it's just an extended episode, the last fight is the Zord.
Yeah, and
So-
that's what they did in the old movie, but the Zord shit looked garbage. I just don't want it to
Right.
look garbage.
Are you sure you don't want it to be a guy in a suit?
Oh, man, don't even.
How about if it is?
No, I'll cry.
How about if it's just mocap though?
Now, that, though, I don't think is that far off. I really think that there's a possibility of that.
Because to me, that makes more sense. It's essentially trying to... It's the modern version of a guy in a suit.
If they do that, they have to slow it down, because if it moves like the old Power Rangers show moved, it
Where it's like
removes
boxes.
all mass.
Yeah, because it's like boxes on top of him, where it's like...
I just
the
they
best.
move too quickly. They
Yeah,
move too
yeah, yeah.
quickly so that it doesn't look like a big thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm
They've
assuming
got-
based on all
if
the
they
things out
shoot
there...
it right and make it look good, I
Yes.
will be fine with it based on this first trailer.
Absolutely, completely. I completely agree.
And I like the director already, so
Yes.
all he has to do is just not fuck it up.
Yeah, I like the look of it. As a teaser, it worked. It did its job and makes me want to watch it.
Definitely.
The thing is, like the thing was prior to this teaser was I just hope I don't get out of the teaser saying I don't like it. I'm not gonna care. I don't care.
So now the looks of all the Power Rangers and all that stuff is fine?
Yeah, I'm just
We
give
haven't
me it.
really heard all of them talk.
No, not at all. And that's fine. Again, that's because all we've got is a teaser and these posters. These posters are like, sure, we see what the suits look like. In context of the film, whatever. They work. They're not
Zords
annoying.
didn't look great to me in the posters for those.
Which
So
ones?
the Zord reveal,
Right, that part. Yeah, those
where
ones.
it's
I'm
just
like,
a piece of the Zord with them all sitting on it. And that didn't look great to me, but I understand
No.
that is a poster, and if in the tone of the trailer they put out is much darker than those posters let on.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I am very, very curious. Just please be good. Please
no,
be
that's
good,
it.
because they already took Ninja Turtles, man.
Yeah.
So just let Power Rangers be good, please.
I do hope it's good. I want it to be good. I don't want it to be shit.
How would you feel about them doing a crossover with
Power Rangers
these
and-
Power Rangers and these Ninja Turtles like they did with the show back in the day?
I don't care.
Do you think
I wouldn't care for
do you
it.
think these Ninja Turtles that we got
Mm-hmm.
fucks with these Power Rangers?
No!
They are like 4 Hulks.
They are bulletproof Hulks, but these ones, based on the fact that they have abilities outside the suit,
Right.
I'm assuming in suit even more abilities.
I am very curious, man. Show us that action. Show us
Yes.
that fucking action. That's got to be
And
the
remember
focus of the next
Hollywood. Hollywood, it doesn't have to be as you want it to be, like a raid style action.
No, that's not what I want out of Power Rangers.
Nah, I
I
want some
want them to
fucking
be kicking
dope.
the shit out of stuff.
Yes, I want some dope action.
Yeah. It's
Just
got to be
fucking
like
cool.
super powered fucking crazy martial arts. Just
Yes,
don't make
do
it what
that.
Ninja Turtles was, where they didn't
Yeah.
do martial arts at all.
Yeah, the lack of action. How are they Ninja Turtles without
Yeah.
any?
Let's not even get into that shit.
Nah, that's
Not
that
even
was-
get into it. But that's pretty
I'm
much
excited.
it for out of the movie side.
Yep, I'm excited.
One last thing,
What's up?
not movie related, so you're not going to
What's-
care. But Rockstar Games they put out an image, Jeffrey.
Yes.
The image is just the Rockstar logo with a red background with kind of a
Okay.
weathering texture over the top of it. Weathered texture.
What's that supposed to signify?
Red Dead Redemption 2. It's something that the gamers that have played the Red Dead series have wanted for a very long time.
How long?
Since the first one came out, which was on 360. I don't remember what year that was, but I feel like it was a long time ago. But it is an amazing game. It's an open world GTA series. But the game looked amazing on 360, and now that we're in next gen, it's gotta look bananas.
So it's a sequel?
It's a sequel to this open
Like a
world
direct
cowboy
sequel?
game. We don't know yet.
Okay.
We don't
So
even
there's
know
no
that
information
that's.
regarding that
We
yet.
don't even know for sure. It's
Huh.
from Rockstar officially, and it looks like the old Red Dead Redemption artwork with the weathered texture over the flat red color.
Right.
And so, if that's all they put out, they didn't say anything. They just put out their logo with that color behind it.
So that's a
On
tease.
Twitter. Oh yeah, and people are losing their shit because it's from
Just because of that.
just because of that, because they've wanted this game for so long. That
How
game
is
came
that?
out in 2010, by the way, so 6 years.
How is that enough of a tease for people to just lose their shit?
I'm saying to you right now, I lost my shit,
Okay.
and it's just a flat red background with their logo on it, because that game was one of the best games I've ever played ever in my life.
Wow, that is a big claim.
Yeah, so if
That
they
is a
can
big claim.
do anywhere close to that with next gen visuals, I am so
Sign
fucking
you up.
sold. I don't give a fuck about the Western genre,
I know, that's weird.
but I can't wait in a way I can't even describe to you. Because
This
it's
is one of the most
basically
exciting things you're...
The Witcher, to me, was like a Lord of the Rings style Red Dead in its gameplay.
Whereas this one is a Red Dead.
This one is the company doing it, and I, even more so than I give less of a fuck about the Western stuff, is I really don't
Yep.
go for sword and sorcery at all, really.
Right.
But the character is cool. This character's cool. I don't know what the fuck this game's going to be about, but it'll look amazing and make me feel things, and that's all I care about. Because the first one
Well,
gave me the feels.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for the people who are looking forward to it.
I'm sure there will be people who care, so let me know in the comments if you are interested in that game, because there will be an online version, I'm sure, and I will be in your posse. We'll start a Chip or Chap's posse, I'm sure of it.
Okay. On to movie list. We're going to continue with the movie list.
And today's one is
Comic books.
comic books. So we did comic books and superheroes.
Yeah, they're two separate.
Well-
Kanoi doesn't like that.
Right, I think we explain a few times while we're doing it and talk
Yeah,
back and
yeah.
forth about why what's what.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
look forward
here's,
to your feedback about that.
Here's
Here's
comic
the comic
books.
books. All right.
Next genre.
We're doing
We're going to continue with the movies and
the
the
last
genres.
two. For the last two that
Right.
we have on these, we've done something sort of interesting, and we've broken up two categories with comic book movies and superhero movies
Right.
that are two.
They're two separate
entities.
things. And throughout the
They're
list
not.
of things. Okay. But throughout the list there are some films that will only fit
Yeah,
in superhero
We'll talk about that.
that won't fit in comic book.
But they're so similar.
But just listen to
So,
the
for
list.
example, we'll
Yes.
start out with comic book.
Okay.
The first on the list is Transformers. I assume this is the early animated. movie?
Absolutely. Transformers the animated movie, 1984.
Was it 4?
6 maybe. 6 probably. I think it's 86.
It's like it came out in '84.
I think it's 86.
All right.
But
We were
regardless,
two?
yeah.
We were two when this came
It's old, and I'm sure people like you only like it because of nostalgia. Probably, but I still love it. Still love it. That's the thing as well. That's why when people are like, oh, you just like it because of nostalgia. I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm still allowed to like it.
Yeah, but you have to have an objective eye still. And you were talking about before that they should just frame for frame.
Oh fuck,
remake
I
that
would
movie.
love this movie.
Yeah, you would, but
I
you think
would
the
love-
general
I
population.
don't care.
But for the purpose of this
For the
conversation,
purpose of this
you do,
conversation,
yes. Do you think other people would enjoy
check it.
that?
Based on what we've already been getting,
Right.
yes.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
I really do.
Even with the same robots and everything, but it's just a frame for frame remake of that, same voices and everything.
I think it could be great.
I think that
I just want to
I
see
think
it.
that
I
you're
think my
insane.
overwhelming desire to see it happen.
I think that you're an insane person.
Sure.
But who knows?
Cool.
It's got some good music in it.
The soundtrack is one of the faves.
Next up, we got Akira, the animated Japanese animation movie.
Yes, late 80s. Also a manga.
The first movie I ever heard the term Japanimation used.
Right, and I think that might have been one of the early ones that because early 90s they used that word.
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, Ninja Scroll is Japanimation.
Yeah.
It's animation from Japan, and they were like,
Right.
"This anime's fine."
Yeah. Anime is better.
Anime's fine.
And then first they call it Japanimation, then
Yes.
Japanime, and
Yeah,
then
and
anime.
then just anime. And then in Japan, it's like it's always been anime.
Right.
You know, so could have just gone with that one. That film, so many talks of them trying to remake this.
Right.
They
and they're
don't-
supposedly actually doing
Sure,
it, right?
they don't need to.
With Zac Efron or
Yeah.
something.
What?
Sure.
It's always some.
Yeah, it's
whoever's
always-
the popular.
Do you
white
know what
kid
would
at
be
the
interesting though? Do you remember what they did with 300? They kind of made the comic verbatim.
time. Right.
Why not try it with this?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool, but it would be really intense looking.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine what they could do with proper CGI.
Oh fuck! This would
And
be
then, like,
so good.
Tetsuo's like brain.
Just not that scene, like the scene in the hospital alone,
Right.
where there's the giant teddy bear thing.
Sure.
Oh shit! I would love this. I want to watch it right now. Akira though, phenomenal. Not a superhero movie,
Not a superhero movie,
but a comic movie, yes.
based on a comic book.
Yes, there is no superheroes in that. But then again, you could say the same thing about Matrix. Like, are those guys superheroes?
It's not in here though.
I know,
It's
I'm
not
just-
based on a comic book.
I'm just saying.
V for Vendetta up next.
Yes.
Which category is this?
Comic.
Comic books. Are you so confused by
No, it's fine.
It's okay if you're confused.
V for Vendetta, though, is a great movie. It's secretly directed by the Wachowskis, from what I understand.
It is, right? It was labeled as somebody else, though, right?
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, we just produced it."
Right.
No, you directed it, and it's fantastic.
It's got Hugo Weaving,
Hugo
but you never
Weaving's
see
so
his face.
He's so good.
And he is incredible. in
Like
that
he
movie.
is so good.
The whole alliterations thing that he does at the very beginning when he meets Evie is incredible. Just to watch, I can watch that scene and it gives me fucking chills just watching it because he's so good in it.
He is fantastic. Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is great
great.
in it.
She's great in it.
Gives a real powerful performance. Rocks the shaved head pretty well.
Looks great in it.
It's got what's the dude with the crooked nose? The British guy. He's really smart. John Fry. He's good. At
Stephen
it.
Fry.
Stephen Fry. That's the one. He's the one.
That's right. He's in that. Film.
Yeah, he's like a TV show host. or
Right.
something.
That was
Yeah.
trying to.
He
Yeah.
plays a great character.
Yeah. Good film.
And they talk a lot about censorship and it's like a
It seems always relevant.
right. It's like what's the term for it? It's not utopian. It's the opposite. Whatever that word is, the opposite of utopian.
I don't know.
Dystopian.
Okay.
It's a dystopian future world where it's kind of like it's almost like Germany during the Hitler's
Mm-hmm.
Reich or whatever, except for it's the UK and it's like super. It's really they make a lot of references to Nazis with all the symbolism of the flags and whatnot, but it's like over censored and really horrible. Really, the way that they've done it. They've outlawed certain music and there's curfews.
They
For
did the
everyone.
same thing with Equilibrium.
Very similar.
A lot of the whole
But I think they
censoring.
did it better
Yeah.
than Vendetta. They also had. I can't remember the actor who plays him, but he's also really, really good. The guy who plays the Hitler-esque character.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I'm
Chancellor. or
I'm
whatever.
honestly forgetting who the actors were because just the characters are in my head.
Yeah, he's really, really great. They also have an investigator in here. We were talking about him recently too because he's in Interview with a Vampire. I can't remember. It's like Stephen Ray or something like that. But he is also really, really good in that movie too. There's a whole lot of great characters.
Oh, they're all like character actors, right? Yeah.
Which was really smart to me. 'cause
I think
they
so, but like
pulled off great performances.
get great actors. That's the thing. Don't stunt cast it.
Remember that Guardians of the Galaxy is up on the list next.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Marvel property, but to me, they're not superheroes. They're all kind of criminals that just do. They save the world, but they're not wearing capes and flying around.
Right.
And shit.
Whereas it's that definition of superhero that people.
Right, the one that makes Kanoi confused.
Yeah.
I'm like sitting here like making all these faces.
Yeah,
like,
she's just shaking her head like thinking no.
This
like
is
Rocket Raccoon is definitely the same thing as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Groot
sure.
is easily an Iron Man.
Yeah, he's the same.
Yeah, it's one of
Iron
the
Man, Groot, interchangeable.
It's complete.
But Chris Pratt is great in the movie. They got Zoe Saldana playing another character with weird skin.
Again with Chris Pratt as well. Just get him to be Jack Burton.
He should have been, man.
It makes sense.
But we're getting Tango and Cash in the next one.
That's cool. I'm okay with that.
Well, who else is in that movie? Bradley Cooper does the voice of Rocket Raccoon.
Batista.
Batista's in there for all you wrestling fans.
Right.
He throws some people and stabs
He is
people.
Drax.
He's also supposed to be green, but they kind of just made him like a weird...
Gray, yeah, green gray, and that's
color.
fine. That works.
Boogery gray. It's gross.
Vin Diesel is voicing a tree.
Yeah, and he's still
Bradley
voicing
Cooper?
Baby Groot, I'm pretty sure.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. What was that?
Bradley Cooper as
Hmm?
Rocket.
We mentioned him already, but
No.
he wasn't it. Also, the Rocket character himself was played by James Gunn's brother. Who I
Right.
can't remember the name of. Something else Gunn.
Something gun.
But,
He's a gun though.
Brother gun.
It's
Gunn.
got Merle. What's that guy's name?
I
Merle.
forget. Yeah, Merle.
He plays Yondu.
Yeah,
And
just
he's
Merle
great
plays
in it.
Yondu.
What's that guy's name?
Merle.
Michael Rooker.
Michael
My
Rooker.
name, Merle.
And he's great in it. He's got a whistly weapon.
Yeah, which is supposedly way more upgraded.
Amazing soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that soundtrack
yeah.
is brilliant. Everything else after that just copies that soundtrack and
we're-
trailer.
And we were talking about how Guardians of the Galaxy works better than Suicide
Yes.
Squad because all the music in the movie has to do with story.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
It
the
makes sense that
characters.
he's listening to
exactly.
it. It specifically
They
ties
actually
into his
acknowledge
backstory.
this. Yeah.
It all makes sense instead of just being like, here's a bunch of songs that you
It's
guys
his playlist.
know.
Yeah, it's his
Yeah.
playlist. It's essentially the lead character's playlist.
Yeah.
Mixtape. So
But it's great. One of the better Marvel movies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's saying a lot because all the Marvel
Of recent
movies have
years, like-
pretty much been great.
people were saying, "Oh, is this gonna?" Because before it was out, they weren't sure what it was.
It's gonna be the first flop.
Yeah, but when it came out, it surprised them.
No. Yeah.
And it just stayed in the
Mhm.
top for weeks and weeks. 'Cause
It wasn't-
was
yeah.
a lot of fun to watch.
Just making money.
That movie made me excited for the idea of new Star Wars.
Yeah, right. Which is
Because I
weird.
remember when we went to see it in the theater, I was like, you know what? I imagine this is what people felt like when they saw the original Star Wars.
That's why I think little kids will gravitate to this,
right.
as the kids in the past gravitate to Star Wars.
Because I didn't really grow up with Star Wars
Right.
in that way.
No, not
Even if it was
but I-
around, but I didn't. My family wasn't big on
No.
it. My dad was a Trekkie, so he didn't.
Automatically,
really
he wasn't
participate the
even
same.
caring about that.
But seeing this movie, I was like, this made me give a shit about space adventure.
Right
you know,
on.
and I normally don't really.
Yeah, you don't care.
But it was a great one, and I cannot wait for the second one. We got a little bit of Thanos.
Oof.
Whatever the girl's name is that plays Nebula, she was great in that too. The redhead girl.
Yep.
Killiam.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Something with
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
We're
Gilliam's a
terrible
surname, right?
names,
That's
dude.
so bad right now. She was in Doctor Who.
Yeah, she was one of the Hooligans.
Yeah, I forget.
Next
Something
up on the
Gilliam.
list, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 version.
Yeah, this is there's no total film that's as good as this.
I think it's incredibly underrated.
Yeah.
The costumes are almost a direct translation of the fucking comic. It's filmed in a way where the turtles can emote incredibly well.
Through bloody masks.
Right, and I think that they even with the stuff that doesn't work great, like sometimes being able to see the
Right.
puppeteer on the inside or
The mouth, the
not moving
eyes,
perfect or
or
whatever
the eyes.
case,
Yeah.
The first movie had the most realistic version
Oh
of
yes, they were real characters.
and to me that they still, even as long as it's been since that movie came out, they still work better
Mhm.
than either of the two new rebooted
Mhm.
versions.
the sequels and the new ones.
Yeah, and the new ones. And I hate that whenever there are like collections
Yeah.
for the movie shown, they always show the suits from Turtles 3,
Which is the
were
worst.
unanimously the fucking
Yeah,
worst
the
costumes,
worst ones.
including the TV show.
Oh yeah, they were worse than the TV. They were like the seams, you could see everything opening up,
fucking
everything.
horrid.
I don't know why they use those examples, but the first one, it's got humor, the drama in it is like real. The whole scene in the farm.
What's her name? Something Hogue that plays April. She's fantastic.
Yeah, I forget. I'm so terrible right now.
I think it's like Judith Hogue or
Judith.
something
That's
like
that sounds right.
She's
That
great
reads
in that
correct.
movie. Elias Koteas that plays Casey Jones.
Jones.
He's fantastic. He's the definitive Casey Jones to me.
That's
still.
Casey Jones. That's
yeah.
why.
Fucking Arrow.
Yeah, no,
Can't
that's
even
not
touch
fucking
it.
Casey Jones.
Can't
He
even
wishes.
touch it. Nope.
Fucking wishes.
Go back to being Oliver, dude. You're not Casey Jones.
Chris Evans did a better job at Casey Jones
really
voicing
did.
him in that
He
cartoon.
really did. And he would have been a better Casey Jones
Yeah.
in live action
Ah.
had he not already been Captain America and those movies.
Well, if they did it during then,
Yeah. It would have been perfect.
oh, dude.
If they had made a sequel just using today's technology, but made it still in canon with those old movies, and just said it's Turtles 5 or whatever,
Sure.
it would have been fantastic.
Or just Turtles out of the show. Well,
They
just name it whatever.
They even could have still had what's her fucking nuts as April, the one that played her in that movie too. What was her name?
Megan Fox.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh.
No, Sarah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That's the one. Three
Sarah
names.
Jessica Parker,
I know. That's
yeah.
Horseface. Different.
Yeah.
Different lady. But Sarah. what's
Sarah
her-
Michelle Gellar.
That's the one. Buffy the
Buffy.
Vampire Slayer. She would have been a good April. Dude, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, that would have been
Would've
the
been a
worst April ever.
It would have been terrible.
Oh, no. No.
Next up on the list, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That
was...
movie is incredibly fun. Another great Edgar Wright movie.
Edgar Wright,
Super
man.
underrated. Didn't make enough money in the
No.
theaters.
Did not. But it was
Amazing
awesome.
action.
I
Amazing
wanted
comedy.
to do a comic book. I wanted to do a comic book or superhero
Imagine,
movie.
you know, Ant-Man came out fine. But imagine
Let
if
him
he
do
had done
Shazam,
Ant-Man, dude.
Ah.
Shazam would be dope.
Let him do Shazam.
I think that would be great as well. But if he had done Ant-Man,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it would have been a drastically different movie visually.
Mind you, I love Ant-Man.
Ant-Man is great,
Yeah.
but it would have been a different movie. It would have felt different.
Yes, it would have been a different film.
Imagine how he would have handled all those flashback scenes of Michael Pena talking about the stories.
Yeah.
It would have visually
Right,
been
right.
different. Even though the comedy would have worked the same,
Yeah.
it visually would have been a lot different.
The edits, everything.
Yeah,
the way it's
exactly.
shot. Oh.
What could have been? Scott Pilgrim, though, was great.
Yeah,
with the-
with
even-
the exception of Michael Cera.
Michael
being Scott Pilgrim.
Cera's casting is bad, but he played the character
He
fine.
did play-
He played her fine. You know what? I thought
But
was in there?
visually,
Young Neil.
Young
Why?
Neil was what I imagined
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim to look like, and I think he would have played it fine.
I think
But
they
he
didn't
wasn't
cast
a
him
name.
because he wasn't a name. And
Yeah.
to me, that's my least.
But I think
But
even
only-
if they had cast that kid without him being a name, it would have done better because people had super bad Michael Cera fatigue
Exactly.
at that point.
And that's why if you had, it's like, it just called it Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Had
Super
everybody
bad
else.
was an unintentional pun, by the way.
But like have everybody else the same.
Yeah.
Just have the actor for Young Neil as Scott Pilgrim.
What's the girl that plays Ramona in that one?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
There you go. One name you fucking remember,
Yeah.
you weird
Because I
ass.
was like Mew. That was hers.
She is great in that movie as Ramona.
Yeah.
It's probably the movie that I've seen her in that I like her best.
Right.
She was fine in Sky High, but a very different character.
Fair. Sky High's dope.
Sky High is great. It didn't make the cut though,
No.
and it's not based on the comic book.
Fucking,
No.
what's her name? Brie Larson?
Brie Larson
Brie
is
Larson
great
was
in it.
great,
She's
though.
And she's gonna be Captain Marvel.
I know.
yeah, and that movie has Superman in it / the
Yeah,
Atom.
Yeah.
and it's Captain America
And it's got
too.
Captain
It's got
America.
Captain America as well.
Slash Human Torch.
Yeah. All kinds of comic book
Wow,
movie crossovers.
so
in
many
that movie.
crossovers.
And it was going to be the director of Ant-Man. They had so much shit going
goodness,
on.
dang.
With the
Networking,
secret
dude.
gym that Scott Pilgrim is, and people don't even know.
It's a gem.
Go back and watch it. It's great. The music is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost all the songs are written and performed by Beck,
Yeah,
which is
randomly.
super fucking
Sure,
random
why
and
not?
awesome. They taught them all how to play their own instruments for the movie. What's the guy's name? Schwartzman that plays the villain?
Uh,
Jason Schwartzman?
Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman.
He is great in
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie, and they couldn't have picked anyone
No,
better
no.
to play
Yeah.
Gideon.
No,
He
Gideon-
looked exactly
Which
like
was
it.
weird, because at first I was like, Jason Schwartzman as Gideon. I was like, I don't know. And then I see him like,
It was perfect.
I'm like, I didn't even see Schwartzman. It was Gideon.
Right.
That was the character,
And
Gideon.
he played it
He
to
played
a
it so
T,
good.
dude. And
You could
even
tell he was
the
having
action,
fun.
His
Oh yeah,
one-handed swordsmanship at the
legit,
end,
and it felt real.
it was so good, man. That whole movie is incredible,
It's
and I'm bitter that movie didn't do better in the box office.
It's a shame.
It really, really is. Next up on the list, Blade 1, the original Blade movie from like 2000.
The predecessor
1999 or
to
whatever.
Matrix.
Yeah.
with visual effects that Matrix did.
Wesley Snipes at his absolute best.
At his best.
I mean, he was great in Blade 2 as well, the Guillermo del Toro one.
Right.
But this one, I think, had something special that the other two didn't have.
It felt raw.
One being, what's the guy's name? Stephen Dorff.
Stephen Dorff is
That
dude.
Was like, that
he's
guy,
a really good actor.
I think he peaked at that movie though. Like
Uh-huh.
as kind of shitty and douchey as his character is.
Right.
I think he played it top.
Oh no, he was great. He was great.
I believed it.
Yeah.
And it's got Harvey Bullock fucking in it, and he's great in that movie too as Stephen Dorff's henchman. And he has one of the
Donald Logue.
Yeah, he's. Why the fuck do you know
I
that
don't
name?
fucking know.
Why do you know that name?
I don't know.
Out of all the
I
names
don't
we
know.
couldn't get
I
earlier,
have no idea.
you know Harvey Bullock's
Yeah, it
name.
just popped up. I can't control this visual Rolodex in my head.
Anyway,
Because that's how I see it.
He was great in that movie
Yeah.
as the henchman. He had a
He
whole
was.
thing where his arm kept getting chopped off throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, that's good. Also, no sidekicks. I like that.
Kind of.
He had a mentor.
He had a mentor, but he
Whistler.
had the girl that he was kind of tagged along with, the doctor.
Fuck. But see, there you go. Automatically forgot. She wasn't even a maid because it didn't annoy me.
Yeah, she wasn't bad in that
Yeah,
movie.
things didn't annoy me. in
And they
that
have
film.
that little girl that he sees in the vampire museum that is crying and sitting on the floor, and he goes up to check and see if she's okay.
Right.
And then she gets up, and starts kicking the shit out of him. That was an awesome scene in that movie.
What movie is this?
Blade.
1.
Ah.
They had that fat vampire living in the basement that
Right,
he roasted with
right.
a UV flashlight.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a practical effect, and that shit was nanners, dude. Go back and look at that shit, and you're like, what? Why?
How?
A giant fucking fat ball in the sewer or whatever that's guarding all their most important documents.
Right, that was
What is he
weird.
supposed to do?
I have no
If
idea.
somebody comes down there, like, what is
He's
he gonna
supposed to
stop
roll on
them?
it. Maybe. Roll on and eat it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, but
Yeah.
it was a really cool effect, and it took like 4 guys in that fat suit.
Ugh, that was money. I guess it's cheaper than CG at the time.
Oh, definitely. And more effective. It looked like a real fucking giant fat blob guy sitting in their basement.
Yeah.
But watch that movie. It's got the trench coat, it's got all the stuff that was in the Matrix that you think that's iconic Matrix, except for before it, and kind of better in a lot of the stuff. Like,
Also, that's not Wesley Snipes. It's Blade.
yeah, it's Blade, dude.
He-
called
like,
him
yeah.
Offset, he was still Blade.
Wesley Snipes didn't exist in this movie. It was Blade.
Great soundtrack
Yes.
for the first and the second one. What is the cat doing back
He's playing
here?
with a cat toy.
The first and second movie had great soundtracks. They did a thing where they they mixed hip hop and techno music together, and it worked pretty fucking well. And the first one's soundtrack had great stuff on it. You got to go back and watch that movie for the blood rave alone. One of the best twists in the beginning of a movie that I've ever seen. When they get in there, it's like, oh, this is gonna be sexy,
No one's gonna do it.
and then suddenly they're getting basically murdered by.
No other film
sprinklers
can
of
do it
blood.
now.
Yeah, you can't do it the same.
No.
Nobody can do the blood rave, man. And I remember in the second movie they tried to top it, and they had girls getting their backs cut open with razor blades and shit. And I was like, come on, not the same. You gonna die? Don't die. All right, next up on the list, Wanted.
I like this film.
This is a Dark Horse property.
No, it's not.
Wildstorm.
No, it's not. Maybe it might have been Wildstorm
I don't remember.
during its image days.
I don't remember. But it stars Professor X and Star-Lord.
James McAvoy and Chris Pratt's in there.
And Angelina Jolie's
Yep.
in there for some reason.
Morgan Freeman's in there.
The tattooed guy that gets killed by the Joker's in it. And who else is in that movie? That's kind of it, right?
Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah, but he's not the tattooed guy.
Yeah, you know. What tattooed guy?
The one that gets killed by the Joker in Suicide Squad. He's like a cameo. He's like, I want to have sex with her.
Oh, Coleman.
Yeah, he gets.
Yeah.
He's in that
I
movie.
forgot he was in that film. Oh, that's right.
He's one of the assassins for some reason.
That's right.
That one's directed by the guy who did Night Watch / Day Watch.
Yeah.
And so it's got crazy visuals.
Visuals, fantastic. I know everyone's like, ugh, bending bullets. That is dumb.
It's a weird thing, but
it's a movie
at the
too.
same
I'm
time, just
alright
go
with
with
it.
it.
Yeah,
Just go with it.
it's a fucking movie.
It's the logic of the movie, man.
It makes sense in the world. That's
Did
fine.
you see the guy in the beginning when he jumped across the building and pushed his face through the glass
Right.
in slow motion? And you're like, what the fuck? And and then
That
you're
was
like,
cool.
But they bent bullets.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
Yeah.
part that annoys him the most, not
Yeah,
that part
whatever,
where the
man.
glass was bending around him.
Right. It was amazing. Go watch that movie.
Visually
You wanna see some cool
fantastic.
shit.
Yeah. freaking cool.
What has that guy done after that? Did he do anything recently? I feel like he did do something recently and it didn't do well.
Ben-Hur, I think.
Ben-Hur, that is what it was.
Yeah, it's Ben-Hur, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
That didn't do great.
Ooh, that's a no good.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that bombed.
That didn't do very good.
He knew it was gonna bomb.
But movie's still good. It's got some
Wanted, yeah.
Thermins or not Thermins, looms.
Yeah, the looms.
I got there.
Yeah.
Those
with
things,
the threads and stuff.
Yeah,
Looms of fate.
Looms of fate.
Yeah, that's what it was. I know people who read the comic were like, "That's fucking dumb," and I'm like,
they can read the future.
"That's fine." I read the future because there's an incorrect. The thread is over the other one.
The
I don't
looms
know.
told me.
Whatever.
Yeah. Next up on the list, Kick-Ass.
Great film.
Another Matthew Vaughn movie.
Yeah,
it's got
good.
Quicksilver in it as the main character.
Right.
And it's got Quicksilver as his friend.
It's got Ghost Rider.
It does have a Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider as Batman.
As Batman. As Old Man Batman.
It's got two Quicksilvers and Ghost
Training
Rider,
Carrie.
directed by the director of First Class.
Director of First Class and Kingsman.
Kingsman.
So we're confusing everybody here. We're just mixing everything up right now. Who was the villain there?
Sinestro.
It's Sinestro. I was going to say, good. He's also in Kingsman too.
Oh, man. Kick-Ass is great.
Kick-Ass is fantastic.
What's the main guy's actual name? The one you have a crush on, Floof?
Aaron Johnson?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I would have forgotten that one.
Yeah, he's good in
He's
that
not
movie.
on my name list.
I remember when they cast him, I didn't think he was small enough to play the main character. Like
He did it convincingly.
I mean, he's a big guy, though. And
Yeah.
I just always imagined the main character of Kick-Ass being really small. Like
Got a small
little
voice, though.
dweeby. He does have a small voice.
Got a really small voice in general.
I
That's
think
why,
they picked him,
but like in Godzilla,
which I still haven't seen.
he was like the main hero guy.
And did you believe it when he was like, "Let's go get Godzilla,
His voice
guys"?
is so small.
I know. I was like, that's a little strange.
Godzilla.
But yeah. Wanted. It was perfect for it. Not Wanted.
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
McLovin is great in that one.
Oh yeah, he's there.
He's great in that movie.
What was he in that film? What's his character's name?
The motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's the
Red
second
Mist.
one, though.
The second
Red
Red
Mist
Mist.
in the first one.
Mist.
And he's great as Red Mist.
He is.
And you kind of feel bad for him
You do kinda.
when
A
some of the
little bit.
stuff happens in the movie. And you're like, no,
Yeah.
but they were gonna be friends.
That's the thing. I was like, you would have been best of friends.
Right.
Instead, no, he went the other way. But then it's like a.
Chloe Grace Moretz as Hit Girl. I think that was her breakout performance, and she was
She is
to me,
fucking
she's
awesome.
always gonna be that.
She's Hit Girl.
Yeah,
That
she's Hit
scene
Girl
of them
forever.
in the thing or whatever, and he shoots her in the chest.
that
that, like-
when they're training.
Yeah,
or
that
whatever.
like yeah.
That was like their teaser trailer.
Yeah,
at
it
Comic-Con.
was.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, and it was crazy. I remember reading that though in the comic and being like, "Wow, they're gonna make a movie out of this. This is crazy. They're shooting little kids in this movie, like for funsies."
She is destroying guys.
Yeah, she was great in that,
Yeah.
and super potty mouth, and she'll kind of always be that. I think, at least for a long time. We're gonna be watching her when she's like 80, and we're like,
She
"Remember
said
this
she
Hit Girl?"
apparently just pulled out of all her like movies she's doing.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, she like said that I don't know how they didn't specify which ones exactly, but she had said some statement about how she's not gonna do movies for a while. She's gonna focus on herself, which is cool and all, but
So
Fucking
she's
Ariel.
a
Little
Mermaid?
Mermaid's
right, that
not
was one of the
happening?
things that people talked about.
Hmm.
But nothing's confirmed.
That was kind of the only thing I knew she was supposed to be doing. So, I guess shitty titties for Chloe Grace Moretz.
She can always come back.
Nicolas Cage does his like scream yelling singing. He's like, "Get the light, child," and then shoot away. I don't know why he thinks that that's good, and why people let him do it.
Are you gonna tell him no?
Yes. I'd be like, can you do less of the sing screaming? Because it's the worst. He did it in Ghost Rider and it was terrible. He did it in Face Off and it was tolerable because he's supposed to be a maniac.
I think it made more sense in Face Off.
Yeah. I don't know. But whatever. That guy, he's the thing. He did a great Adam West impersonation.
He did!
For the most
But that's it, because
movie.
he was Batman, but old school
He
Batman.
was. And last up on the list officially is Sin City.
Yeah. First Sin
this
City.
is a
It's
Robert Rodriguez movie. I think that it worked really great once, and then they tried it again a decade later, and it didn't work so great. But the first time was awesome.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke was perfect casting as Marv.
it was Marv.
Yeah.
Again, it's another one where it's not the actor anymore that you see. It's Marv is a living
It might be my favorite thing I've ever seen Elijah Wood do.
He was terrifying.
Exactly. He was the little
like
Cannibal Kevin or something.
I know you yeah, when you would say
that's what his name was.
You say, "Oh, it's gonna be Elijah Wood." It's like, yeah, as if he's threatening. You watch him in this film, you
terrifying,
believe it.
Yeah, he is terrifying.
And the scene, spoilers, when he's getting his legs eaten and he's just smiling the whole time, not a single expression on his face, is alarming, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the guy's name that plays the Blue Meanie, but he's great in that. Or the Yellow Bastard.
Yellow
Blue
Bastard.
Meanie. Blue Meanie is a wrestler.
He's also
the Yellow Bastard, but he was blue in the production, so
right.
I keep thinking of that. But Yellow Bastard, old dirty Yellow Bastard. He's great in that movie. Can't remember that dude's name, but
he was
like,
John Connor in The Lost.
Yeah, in the terrible one with the girl Terminator.
With Claire Danes in that one.
Oh god, she was in that too.
I know. That's why I was like,
how did they make that happen?
Know.
Oh,
well, Schwarzenegger was in that one.
Who else was in this? Rosario Dawson.
Right.
Clive Owen.
Bruce Willis. Jessica
Alba as the one stripper who never takes her top off.
Right. I was like,
Which was funny. We watched the second one too, and the whole time I was like, I can't help but after me and Kanoe talked about the strippers, you can always tell which ones are the actors that are going to have bigger parts because they're the strippers that never take their top off. If you watch a movie where there's a stripper in it,
right.
you can always tell who's going to have dialogue by who never takes their top off. Yeah, because they're always like, yeah, I'll do the stripper thing, but I'm going to be the one in the bikini the whole time.
Really? Huh.
Which is
Have there never been ones where it surprised you? I'm like, okay, her top's off. What? She's the second main character!
Demi Moore. But that movie was about strippers.
Right, okay.
So it was a very different thing. And maybe Jesse Spano, but that movie was rated X, so...
What's that?
Showgirls?
Oh, yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. Was that X-rated?
It was NC-17.
Okay, I think in Australia it was R-18.
Which is a different thing than regular R?
That's what we got. We got MA, that's why.
Is that worse than R?
And MA, and then it's R. So I think R is
harder than...
Is MA.
Than MA? Then is like Kick-Ass, is that an MA or is that
maybe that's an MA, which is R for you guys.
Right.
Yep.
It's weird. I can't keep track of that.
It doesn't matter.
It's a confusing system.
It doesn't matter.
It's got the little Asian girl that's related to the DJ guy, the Aokis. Devin Aoki?
Is she in there?
Yeah, she's a little Miho.
I forgot. She was a character.
She chops some people up.
That's right.
It's got the Collector in it.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, he's in it.
What?
He's like Jackie, the asshole, like undercover cop, the one that's like talking through the hole in his neck or whatever.
Oh shit! I forgot he was there. I haven't seen Sin City in a while.
Yeah, man, that movie's great. You got to rewatch it.
Yeah, I'll need to rewatch it. Any other?
It's got the chick that's in everything that we talk about all the time. It was in Son-in-Law and in Sucker
Carla
Punch.
Gugino.
Yeah. She's in it too. She's her hand eaten off.
Yeah, that was bad.
That movie's great. Visually, nothing's really touched that.
No, they've tried
Even
a couple times, right? In Sin City 2, The Spirit, which was stupid.
Yeah.
And like,
real bad.
Mind you, to me, I enjoy that film. I enjoy The Spirit.
The movie?
The movie, I do.
Oh, you're an insane person.
I know, I'm weird. Like, to me, that might be what everyone's guilty pleasures. But I don't feel guilty watching it, though.
No.
It's, I do say, though,
it's got Sam Jackson in a Nazi outfit.
Right, I get that. I just think
so
visually that was a silly choice.
It was. They could have made a new version of what, like, Dick Tracy was.
Exactly, but they didn't. That's why it confused me. I was like, wait a second. The Spirit never looked like Sin City, so why are you doing it?
Because I'm Frank Miller.
No.
Because remember Sin City? It's all black and white except for some stuff.
If they use the same visual effects, but had it up color like Dick Tracy, amazing.
Right. If the whole thing was in color, but they used the simplified effects, it still would have looked nice.
Would have looked fantastic. Would have loved it.
But no.
I'm Frank Miller.
How do you get black and white Samuel Jackson in a Nazi outfit?
That's weird. Honorable mentions? Any?
I don't think I have any, because all the ones that I would have honorably mentioned are probably in the superhero category.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got one, but I feel like it's probably in the other category.
Which
but
is
it's technically Watchmen.
Is that on this?
Watchmen is in the other one.
Yeah, see, but I mean, that's where it doesn't make any sense because I wouldn't consider Watchmen a superhero movie specifically.
Why not? It's all about superheroes, even old school superheroes and new
I mean,
school
I understand that they are superheroes, but it's not a movie about how they are superheroes.
Oh no, okay. In your head, it has to be.
In my head, a superhero movie is a movie that yeah, they are superheroes, but they're being
They do
super
superhero
heroic.
things.
Like yeah,
Okay.
they're like.
So was BVS not a superhero movie then?
I would say obviously Superman would be, but I don't think BVS was because that wasn't them necessarily like all they did was fight each other.
I get it, but it's a movie about superheroes.
They
so
were their
it's
own
weird.
end of the world thing.
Okay,
So, but anyways, Watchmen would have been mine for this because
Okay.
I consider that more of an actual comic book movie than a superhero movie, in my opinion.
So that's it for.
Yeah, and Scott Pilgrim was on the list, and
Cool.
that was definitely a...
That one's definitely.
And that was the comic book list.
That was the comic book list.
And boy, was
It's
it
very-
different than superheroes. You just wait and see.
It's gonna be, yeah. You wait and see. It's not the same thing. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see.
So
It
yeah,
makes sense.
until the
It
next
makes
one,
sense
guys.
to us.
Stay chipper chaps.
Stay chipper.
What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chap Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chap Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chap Chat. What up, Chip Chat? This is Chip Chap Chat.